And now we head to the crypto space. Now Ladi is standing by, and I think it comes with a little bit of good news, just a little bit, yeah, because I think Bitcoin did recover a bit, but we have our expectations very high.
Right.
Ladi, tell you and your crypto guys, what did they say? What did they say this year?
At the end of the day, we've seen this market rally. You can't say the same for, the NGX. It just keeps going up and up and up.
I think that's scary.
This is a healthy correction we're seeing here.
This is taking too long, Ladi. It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. You see, that's the problem. We have too many Oliver Twist investors, in this market.
We're in the market to make money. We're not in the market to look at the numbers.
I don't want occasional pullbacks.
No, we don't like that.
Anyway, let's see if the NGX continues like that. But, you were talking to Juliana about rate cuts, that Nigeria
Bank of England meeting on Friday.
Still far off for us.
We're very far away. We're like Zimbabwe.
I was looking at Ghana here, and I'm seeing that they're actually cutting rates.
Yes, they are. South Africa is cutting rates.
By 1%, and I'm saying, that's incredible. Our neighbor here is already cutting rates. Inflation is already
don't worry,
heading downwards.
It'll spill over.
So hopefully it'll spill over into Nigeria.
Yeah, but what I always say,
but they did have to work hard to get
exactly. You don't just sit down and talk, fold your hands, and think, because it's happening in Ghana, it will come to Nigeria. If you don't take the right steps, customized steps, intentional steps.
For Nigeria.
For Nigeria, exactly.
Anyway, count down to the February meeting, the first one.
We're here.
MPC. Let's see what happens.
We're here. God will keep us alive.
Exactly. All right, so there you have it. It's a green market. Yeah, we've been it's been in the red for a couple of days now, but we're seeing some bounces in the market. We're seeing Bitcoin there $42,355. Ethereum also holding up above $2,000. BNB $308. So it's green on the screen at this point. Just little pockets of red. Let's look at the top cryptocurrencies we track now. Let's start with the headlines first. We see Peter Schiff there. He's a renowned economist and a major critic, of Bitcoin. But don't let this headline fool you, saying that Bitcoin could hit $10 million. He's actually making fun of crypto investors at this point. He's saying that the only way this can happen is if hyperinflation hits the U.S. economy and the dollar, and we don't see that happening. Other headlines now, we see the first FOMC meeting of 2024. That's, I think, tomorrow. So definitely investors will be bracing for what's going to be said, at the meeting. It's not what's done, but what's going to be said. Forward guidance, that's what investors will be looking out for. Then we also see ETFs still there now, but investors are expecting the halving, the Bitcoin halving, where what miners actually gain from mining Bitcoin when that is actually halved. So that always has an impact on the price. Let's talk to Rume Ofinao, financial market analyst. Hello, Rume. Great to have you.
Good morning, Ladi. Good morning. Yeah. Happy Monday to you.
Good afternoon. So, Rume, at this point, we did hear from the CBN saying that banks can still carry out, crypto transactions, for virtual asset providers. We got that news, back then. But talk to me about licensing, because we know some crypto exchanges, they want to come into Nigeria and do business. But talk to me about how the hurdles they have to climb to get licensed.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ladi. A whole lot of things are happening in the Nigerian space. CBN gave a guideline, virtual asset service provider guidelines, to follow so that we have some level of clarity in the industry here in Nigeria, which is a very welcome idea. But I think where the CBN didn't do much is it is not all inclusive. The players of this industry are not included in all of this. Putting side by side the fact that they categorize all cryptocurrencies to be spearheaded by the Security and Exchange Commission, which suggests that all of these assets are securities, which is not correct. Also, the aspect of guidelines on licensing, where all of the big boys obviously will be able to pay such amount of money, 500 billion thereabouts. It is not favorable for indigenous platforms. So it's more or less looking like a situation where we'll have the foreign guys come into our country and head the industry. It's more or less like saying we are not happy about the banking sector that is predominantly spearheaded by indigenous banks here in Nigeria. So we need to replicate that. And also, in order to get some of these things really clear, our National Assembly needs to sit up. Like, for example, in the US, thereabout now, it is said earlier today that about 18 senators are pro-crypto. They are putting bees out there, like the likes of Senator Cynthia Lumos and the others in the Congress there. We need to start implementing that in this part of the world so that we don't copy and paste. It doesn't make sense because this is another climate. This is Africa. We need to put regulations that best suits our country, Nigeria.
Right. So at this point, would you say, investors in Nigeria can still, anticipate some of these exchanges, operating, in Nigeria, for Nigerians? And do you see, all those restrictions, being lifted? Because some accounts were actually affected, back when the CBN actually put the restrictions on cryptocurrency transactions.
Yeah, so all of these are going to take their full effect now that the CBN has, unfortunately, we're in the country where CBN is looking like a law-making body. All of these are going to go away. Some informations are going on, not confirmed yet, that some essence platforms are already applying for licensing. But again, if we don't imbibe that culture of charity begins from home, even from the implementation of the guidelines to put forward guys beauty, because we have these young people doing all of these things. We have the technical skill to put all of these things together. I believe if all of these things are done, at the end of the day, we will see more people coming into the industry, taking advantage of the industry and making sure that all of the hurdles we had in the past, from blocking of our account or restriction of accounts, all of them will be a thing of the past. It's a new beginning. It's a new way of doing transactions, and I don't think Nigeria wants to afford to be at the last. We need to be the giant, and we need to lead in this innovative technology. We're already seeing a whole lot of emerging tech like AI, blockchain, and cryptocurrency being in front burner of the discussion of the World Economic Forum that just happened, Davos 2024. So we need to start working. The National Assembly needs to start. Senators need to start sponsoring bills. House of Rep members need to start talking so that we'll have a guideline that these three later agencies need to follow for us to have transparency in doing transactions, right?
Right, and definitely hope, investors are protected, as all these laws, come up. But right now we're seeing a bounce to the market. First FOMC meeting of 2024. What are you expecting?
The market hates uncertainty, Ladi. I must tell you for a fact. FOMC is here. Inflation is not going. I don't know if some people still believe that the Fed is going to see a 2% inflation rate. I'm not believing in that. You are seeing the 10-year yield go up a bit. The DXY is getting stronger. It's not looking really strong, good for risky assets like cryptocurrency in the short term. But in the long term, we're going to see the Kumbaya movement where things are going to be green as usual.
Right. We'll definitely watch out for that. Thank you so much, Rume Ofi, financial market analyst. Always great having your perspective.
Thank you, Larry.
All right, let's, that's how the market is looking today. But, if you cast your mind back to, say, 2022 coming into 2023, it was all about rate heights, risk-off sentiment. Everyone's going to sell off equities. But 2023, we saw equities all do well. Bitcoin did well. All of them did well. But for 2024, I'm wondering what's going to happen, because now they're talking about rate cuts. Yeah. So is this still going to be risk off or risk on?
I think the US, the Fed, has said that we're not in a hurry to begin rate cuts. Right. So, manage your expectations. Manage expectations. Yeah. So, maybe Bank of England, because... but even the US got a good GDP, more than 3%. For Q3, but unexpected. I guess they're just being careful. We don't want to jump into rate cuts and then we have to start trying to rebuild it back because inflation is surging once again.
I guess we need to listen to what the apex bankers say.
Listen to what the Central Bank of Nigeria.
And the Central Bank of Nigeria.
All right, Ladi.
Thank you.